Today's the day we win the title. Hello and welcome to episode 8 of To Win or To Lose. Today is the day. I'm putting it out there, we will win the league. We've got 4 games to go, we're 9 points clear. Unless we get a miracle and we chuck 4 games in a row, I think we've basically got our hands on the trophy. So as you can see, I'm suited and booted for the day, or well, top half at least. And yeah, the first game of the day, if we bring it along, is against Ayako. So we're playing Ayako at home, first v 9th. They're probably not in too bad form, I'd assume, by being mid-table. Couple wins, couple draws, couple losses. They're doing not too bad in the league. We'll definitely come up against worse opposition than them. And as you can see, if you watched the last episode, we got another big win against Green Amp away from home, 2-1. Dominated game, to be fair. I think we were probably the best team by far. They got a consolation goal literally in the 94th minute or something, so it didn't really have much effect on the game at all. And basically leaving us in a 4-game win streak and undefeated and 10. So we're doing really well just now. And if we take you to the league table as well, as you can see here, we're 9 points clear, 4 games to go. Queen Amp basically need to win, I think, in this game to even have a chance of leaving it to the next game. If they don't win today, we are champions. I think that is the way it's going to work. And if we just look at the fixtures for Ligue 1, we can do such a thing. I might be doing this the long way, and I do apologise. But if we have a quick look at the fixtures for this game, Queen Amp are away to Social. Social sitting kind of bottom half of the table, so they should beat them quite comfortably. However, we don't take anything for granted. We must do our part as well. We must win the game. We're at home, top of the table. It should be a comfortable win. And as you can see, we're just going to leave it unchanged basically from the last game. Playing the back 5. We're actually going to go attacking this game. That's the only thing we're going to do. We're at home. We're the ones that's going to basically put our stamp in the game. And I think that's basically the way we're going to go. We're not really going to do anything in terms of... we're not going to do many highlights. It's just going to be one big run through this one. Next few games, until we win the league, we are doing it non-stop. It's just going to be like how we do it in streams. We're just going to keep going through, no stoppages, and it's just going to be the full shebang. So as you can see, starting off early, 4 minutes in, nothing really starting in the game. Moving into the 10th, into the 20th minutes, and etc, etc. But we're kind of only getting a small bit of XG. We're not getting anything in the game so far. But the way that we've been playing so far is we're picking teams off later on in the game, and that's the way it seems to be. Wesley side, Bio up front, they two are absolutely clinical together up front. And tell me down below, do you think Bio's someone we should maybe go for in the summer transfer window on a permanent? We do have the option to buy, so it's a case we just click a button and say yes, we'll take him. Do you think he can cut it in the next division? Do you think he can cut it in Ligue 1? So that's the one that we really need to think about. So as you can see, Ayako getting a bit of possession here in the midfield of our, just inside our own half. However, we managed to recover it with Wesley's side, going down the wing, taking the right back on for granted, and Bio's there, and it is 1-0. Lovely goal, great work from Wesley's side, and vacuum ice with Bio is there to put the ball in the back of net, bottom right hand corner. Toulouse 1, Ayako 0, and that is what we like to see. However, as you can see on the bottom left hand corner, Queen Amp have scored. They are 1-0 up away to Social, which basically means as it stands, it is going to go into the into the third game. So this game will basically have no effect. We cannot be named crown champions right now. However, we must hope that Social can do something to basically allow us to go and win the league. At the moment, we're doing our part. Could we go and get another goal? Definitely. We're just hoping Social stay in the game, maybe pick them off later on in the match. Just that's all we can hope for right now. As long as we win. Oh, it's 2-0 now. 2-0 to Green Amp. It looks like we are going to be going into the next game, which is a shame. I would love to have done it in the first game of the episode. However, it just makes it that little bit more tense to go later on. And it's actually been quite a quick game as well, so we're only going to be doing maybe 2-3 minutes of highlights for this match, which isn't too bad. I'll happily take that. Doesn't mean it's going to be too stressful for you guys as well watching. And as you can see, Ayako here in the 20 yard range from goal, and we managed to intercept it. Bio on the right hand side, he's going to drive down the right. I think there's 2 players in the box. Can he play into one of them? There it is. Wesley slide, puts into the back of net. 22 goals for the season now, and this guy is an absolute goal machine. He's just too good for this division, I personally think. We did bring him in for a good chunk of money, not personally ourselves, but obviously Toulouse. Before we took him over, I think we brought him in for something like 4 to 5 million. It was a good chunky transfer fee they paid for him, but yeah, he's doing it in this division. We're just hoping him and Bio, if we do buy Bio, they too can just go into the next division and carry on where they have started here. And that's probably one of the good things by being one of the kind of tougher teams, one of the better teams in the kind of league, that we could potentially go on and just carry on where we've kind of came from. It's not taking us a lot of time to build a good formula, because we've got a decent squad on us. It's just a case of understanding the players, where we need to strengthen, implementing our tactics, and eventually after even 6 months it should be played to great effect. And that's exactly what's really happened. And you can see maybe in the last 10 games or so we are playing really well, and obviously we've went 10, possibly now 11 games undefeated. What's that, 9 wins out of the 11 as well. That's fantastic. And here you can see Dejagar about 30 yards out from goal, and he just hits it over the crossbar. But we're playing a really strange system in terms of, it's a bit like a 3, it's a bit like a 5, it's a kind of in between the two, and it seems to work. The thing is, when we go into next season, I feel like maybe the 3 centre halves with the wing backs gives us a lot more protection as well when we're coming up against better teams like your PSGs, your Marseilles, your Bordeaux. They're the teams that are going to cause us problems, and if you have that back 5, you are going to limit them to small chances. And you're starting to find that later on in this season is we're not giving away as many chances in games. And as you can see, even this game here, we've not gave away one single chance. And I probably just have to bite my tongue right now, because they could have probably got the park and score. But we're doing well. And as you can see, there we go, Gabrielson. Oh, jeez, what's Gabrielson doing there? Good save by Dupé. Good save, by the way. But they're the ones that we need to limit. We are doing well. We just need to keep going. Oh, no way. 2-0 with Social. That is the result. It's going to win us the league. And it's full time, and we are champions. We've done it. We've done it. We are League 2 champions. Oh, I'm so proud. I'm so happy. And as you can see, our guys are just standing up to get our trophies, get our medals, get our trophies. And I am one proud man right now. Just like Gabrielson, lift the trophy up. Oh, hey, there we are. We are champions of League 2. First time of asking. We've done it. We have stamped our name in Toulouse history, and oh, what a great sight. We'll let the players go off the field, do our lap of honour, and we'll let Dupé do his cartwheels, confetti flying from the top of the stadium. And yeah, oh, what a result. So proud of the team. We've done so well, and that just basically sums it up. We've just been consistent, and the consistency will be key in situations like this. If you can perform and play a team, and as you can see, just look at that. You're talking literally your whole team, minus Amion, who was on a 6.9, and Couleurs, who came on, who's a 6.8. Everyone was in that green category. That is the kind of results that you want. It's great to see. Nick Lima, by the way, he's came in and done an absolute solid for us, along with Stephen O'Donnell. They two have done fantastic, and what a signing him, along with Fuel as well. I must say, I think the 2 boys we brought in from San Jose have done fantastic, but you can't look any further than Wesley's side. He has been your man this season, and as I did mention, there you go, 6.75 million we bought him for. But this guy is just scoring goals for fun right now, and 21 goals in 29 games. Like, wow, fantastic. And yeah, thoroughly deserved. Last day of the season has arrived, and we're playing Le Havre away from home. 1st versus 7th. It'll be a tough game. However, of course, we've not really got much to prove now. We've won the league. Since the Ayako game, we've played Amiens away from home. Basically, I rotated the squad quite drastically, to be honest, just giving some of the younger guys a bit of a run out. However, we just weren't at the races at all. It was pretty bad, actually. We were 3-0 down after. Well, we were 3-0 down after 47 minutes. Changed up the formation, brought on some of our better players. Scored 2 goals late on, and then they got one just before the end as well. So it was a bit of a topsy-turvy game. but it was kind of more of a case of we're just giving players a run out just to keep them happy. And then we basically just changed back to the kind of first team, and Wesley's side once again scored another 2 goals, Alan Campbell scoring as well, and basically leads us into the Abra game, where we'll basically just go over everything quickly. We're just going to stick with the attacking style, the players that we're using. There's no need to change anything. I don't think. We're playing fantastic. The squad's doing their job. It's perfect. We'll just go into this game and we'll walk through it bit by bit together. Basically, just explain out the summary for this season and maybe the objectives for next. Quite frankly, the aim for next season is basically just could be to stay in the division, and I think that's the objective that everyone would probably have on a team like Toulouse in their first season of being in League 1. But that first season, we also probably need to bring in 2 or 3 players, depending on the budget. The budget at the moment, from what I know, and here we go, good save by Dupe on from their striker there. But basically, what the budget will probably be set for next season is going to be so minimal. It will probably be maybe 3-4 million at the most. So what we'll probably need to find is we'll need to streamline the squad in a way where we've already streamlined it a lot. However, we'll probably need to take away the players that we don't think are essentially going to be good enough for the top division. These are going to be players maybe that are... We're already getting rid of a few players in terms of lads like, go on side, good strike by Wesley's side, and it is his 25th goal of the season. Great strike there down the left hand side, and that puts us 1 up away for Le Havre after 10 minutes, which is great. There you go, Dejagar on the left, through the middle, shift it in, just cutting it through the path, cutting it through the ball onto side, onto his right foot. Keeper nearly gets there, but wasn't enough. But as I was explaining there, the objective for next season is basically just to kind of understand which players we want, which players we don't want. Players like Tunnicliffe that we brought in who've basically not played, been useless, they're leaving anyway on free contracts. There's maybe lads like Spearings and maybe a centre half or 2 that we might need to get rid of. Maybe even someone like Simunovic. I know he's only been here for a season and he's done not too bad for us. However, he's never really lived up to the hype that he was probably going to get when he first joined. And quite frankly, Amion, Diakite and Gabrielson have all done really well since they've came in together. And we've obviously got a few players coming in on pre-contracts that can basically help ourselves bolster the squad that little bit more as well, which will basically be the objective. And how unlucky was Bio there, just trying to dink it over the goalkeeper and hitting the bar. And that basically leads us to our next question, just talking about Bio. Bio is probably a player that we need to kind of think, what will we use him next season, purely because he's got an option to buy for 2.5 million, which is a lot of money, of course, no matter for what team. And a team like Toulouse, they're never really going to spend that type of money either. Whilst we just say that Khalid Boutub has equalised for Le Havre there in the 22nd minute, just down the left hand side, and plays it into the bottom right hand corner, which is a bit of a shame. We've been doing not too bad this game, to be fair. We've had our chances, however they're the ones that managed to equalise, and I think that was, whoever that is in the middle was just completely off balance and just lost sight of his man. But yeah, Wesley's side is going to be our key man next season, and we need to keep him fit, and we need to get the best out of side. And I think we can safely say that Bio gets the best out of side. It's just that we need to try and make sure that we're getting someone who's best for each other, in terms of, you just don't want one performing, you want 2 performing, which is the only issue. And I think Bio's done not too bad this season. I think he's on something like 10 to 15 goals, so he's got a good returns ratio. He's playing in a kind of target man kind of role for the team, so goals aren't going to be as drastic as they would be as maybe say an advanced forward or a poacher or a pressing forward. So he's getting his chances, he's still taking them, and him and Side have created a good partnership, so it might be in the best interest to just go out and pay the 2 million, see how they do in the top division. However, maybe bring in someone a bit more experienced, a bit more quality in addition to the 2. Someone like Koulouris, I don't think he's got the potential, and I don't think he's got the promise that he's maybe shown in maybe 3 or 4 games. He doesn't seem like the type of player that can just come into the team and score you a banner load. It looks like he needs to have maybe 5 or 6 games under his belt before he can start getting chances. Unfortunately, it's a case that we can't give players 5 or 6 games to score that 1 goal. They need to come into the team on that first day, on that first chance, and they're burying it, they're putting the ball in the back of the net. You need to have someone with a great goals ratio of maybe like one goal every 120 minutes, one goal every 130 minutes. You can't have a guy who's on one goal every 200 to 300 minutes. It's impossible to have in Ligue 1. You need someone who is clinical. And here we go. I think Bale might have a chance here. No, he won't. And O'Donnell down the right hand side. Can he get anything? And by the way, speaking of our wing backs, Stephen O'Donnell and Nick Lima, they two have came into the team and they played fantastic. That looked a bit like a penalty as well. But they two have came in, done an absolute solid. Look like they're more than able to play at the top division. And here you go, Bale, another chance, unlucky. But then you're also talking about lads like Banchu. You're talking about Olsen as well. And Olsen's basically got absolutely no chance in the team right now. I'm talking about Olsen because he's the one that's in my he's in the one that's in policy. But I mean Moreira, like these guys are just great players, but they're just, are they going to be good enough for backups? I think Banchu will be good enough as a backup, but I don't think he's also shown the promise and the quality that we brought him in for. And I think he could be better than what he is. He's just not really showing it. And just speaking of Banchu, we'll bring him in. He's only 3-star. He was expected to be 3.5-star, but that's went down slightly. And Coney's another one. Coney's a very funny one, and if we look at him quite quickly, you can see that he's got real good promise and real good potential. He's already a 3-star. He's young. He's still got years ahead of him, but will he get the chance to play week in, week out at the top division? I don't know. And Dejagar is another one. Could be maybe looking to maybe bring someone else in that kind of attacking midfield position. I think that could be an area of improvement. And here we go, Stephen O'Donnell down the right hand side. Can we get anything out of this? And it's into UL. Oh, just over the bar. And I think Jackson UL has been a great signing for us. He's definitely someone who's going to perform really well at the League 2 level. However, can he perform at the League 1 level? That's what we want to know. And I think he can. He's playing in MLS. He was playing in the MLS, which is a decent league. It's probably not as good as League 2. But if he can do it in League 2, I'm assuming he'll be able to maybe up his game and do it in League 1. And here we go, O'Donnell on the right hand side, into Campbell, former Motherwell teammates playing it to each other. Into Banchu. Banchu, can he score? Oh! Nikashur Banchu with the, I was going to say equaliser, but that's the one that puts us ahead. Alright, by the way, if Banchu can do that a little bit more next season, I think we'll be pretty happy. But there you go, lovely touch just to take it by the right back there, and he slots it into that bottom right hand corner. Great goal. But I think formation wise, this formation's great as well, because you're playing a back five. It's a back five in defence, but it's a back three in transition and into attack, which is great. So you've got plenty of fluidity, plenty of promise in terms of when you can load players going forward, but you can also sit back and be defensively structured in a way that you're not conceding too many goals. Games like PSG next season, we might need to drop the wing backs into more full backs so there's less space. And I think that is a third, by the way. Is it? Is it an OG? Yeah, Fernando Moyembo with the OG. I think it was going in the back of the net by Coney anyway, but we'll take it. And I think we're going to end off the season with another win. Just quickly have a quick look at this, because it did look like it was going to go in the back of the net, so I don't think it should be an OG. Ah, keeper saved it, set off Moyembo. Right, okay, fair enough. And games like this, showing so much promise, beating everyone so comfortably. I think we can go into next season and beat your teams like Lorient in the bottom half of the table quite comfortably, and even go and push up and try and challenge against your teams that are like your PSGs, your Monacos, your Marseilles. Can we go and do that a little bit more to just get us maybe even into the top half of the table? Is that possible? Could we go top half in our first season? I think it's a big ask, but if we get the right choices in terms of bringing players in, I think it's more than possible. And I'll just basically do a few things and we'll go into our season review. Okay, so we've got our season review here, and yeah, let's basically see. So obviously straight away we're going to go and talk about the new arrivals. Max Dupe coming in, 36 appearances. I think he is the highlight in terms of the best one, I think, for the transfer fee and for the quality of the player they've got. I think has done fantastic, and I would totally agree with that one. What we'll do is we'll do it by average rating. As you can see, Stephen O'Donnell, who's came in and done fantastic with a great average rating, along with Branko van de Boomen, who's, to be fair, for a decent cheap transfer fee, who's came in and done fantastic. And if we quickly look, 12 goals, 8 assists from 34 appearances from defensive midfielders, or for a kind of like a ball winning midfielder, I think it's fantastic. Fair enough, a lot of them are set pieces, but having a set piece taker is quality to have. Even lads like your backup goalie Ike Banson coming in, 3 apps, and with 7.2 rating is not bad. You know, I'd happily take that. And then you're talking about your lads like Nick Lima, Alan Campbell, even Bayo done well. And funny enough, like, I think everyone that we've brought in has done really well. Dejagar, as I said, he's only on loan as well, so he won't be here next season unless we decide to bring him on a permanent. But Dejagar, Simunovic is probably the one who's most disappointing, I'd say. Spearings, don't think we'll be keeping him. And these lads obviously are young, they won't be playing too much anyway. But yeah, I think we've done not too bad for this season. I think the obvious ones that we're maybe looking to replace is Jozo Simunovic and Dejagar, which is understood. And if we look quickly at the table as well, there's like Grenoble are in the playoffs. It looks like they're going down along with Dunkirk and Chambly Tel. And then you're looking at the other half of the table, and it's ourselves and Troy's getting promoted, and Greenamp have been dropped into the promotion, into the playoffs, which is a bit of a tough game they've gotten in. And average attendance is only 15,000. Let's try and get that up to maybe about 60 to 70 next season percent, which would probably take us to about 20. As long as we can hit 20 to 25,000, I think we'd be pretty decent. Knocked out in the 9th round of the Coupe de France, which was basically the second game we played in that cup tie. Obviously beating Bourg-Pernois, which was an easy game in the first tie, in the first 8th round leg. And yeah, I think honestly we started off pretty bad. However, when you're kind of looking from, I would say, about the end of November, look at the run we went on. We didn't lose until from the end of November to the end of January, so we went on like a 2-month win streak, or 2-month undefeated streak. And then once again we lost that game against Nantes 1-0, and then basically went from mid-February all the way to end of April without losing. And I'm basically saying this right now, if we put out a full team against Amiens, I think we would have done better as well. So we could have essentially went from February, or the end of November, to the end of the season with only losing one game, which would have been amazing. And it just shows the quality and the understanding that the lads had within the formation, which is fantastic. Biggest win coming against Grenoble, 4-1 win, which was actually not that big a win when you think about it essentially. But then again, you're looking at Bayo side scoring on once again. Van de Boomen, there you go, 2 goals against Greenamp. And that was the game that won us the league. That was the free kick and a penalty from Van de Boomen. That was a game that basically tied up the league, I would say, and it gave us our hands on the trophy. And then goal of the season as well, going to, I think it's going to Van de Boomen, defensive from 28 metres free kick. I think I remember that one, by the way. Yeah, that was a good. Was that the one? Yeah, I remember that one. That was a good goal. That was, of course, we're 3-1 up in that game, and then we lost it, didn't we, or drew it? Lost in 2 goals late on. And sponsorship. Let's try and get sponsorship up next season. Broadcast revenue will go up as well. And then obviously our competition prize money. Let's try and get a bit more prize money in the pot. And I think we are doing pretty well. Let's try and get our merchandise up to 1 million next season as well. That's the other one that we want to do. And then we're basically looking into our top 11, as you could say. And it's basically the way that we set up for the tail end of the season. Van de Boomen, Campbell, Dejagar, Bayo, Side, Donald, Lima, Diaki, Amiens. This is probably the only area where I might need to strengthen, might need to improve, just to get it over the line and be good enough for League One. Fair enough, I think Diaki will be one for the future. He'll be fantastic. He's doing well. 3.5 stars already, and he's only 20 years old. He's definitely got lots of potential. Can definitely move up at least into the 4 to 4.5, I would say. And we need to just be careful because we don't want to do all this stuff again. And yeah, Amiens quite young as well, so we could even play him a little bit more. Gabrielson's come to the tail end. Well, he's 29. He's got 1 or 2 seasons left. Might need to bring in someone else just to kind of help cover him. Savunovic probably is not going to be. I don't know about Savunovic. I like him as a player in real life, but he might just not be cutting it in this for us, unfortunately. And then Dupee's done not too bad. Could we bring in maybe a top class goalkeeper, maybe just to help solidify things? Possibly. Same again. He's a young goalie. He's doing not too bad for us. His average rating could be a little bit higher as well. That's the only criticism I would say right now. And then we go accolades. So fans player of the year going to Van den Boomen. Young player going to Alan Campbell. Signing of the season, Alan Campbell. Goal of the season, Van den Boomen. Top goal scorer, Wesley Side. Van den Boomen with the most assists. Most player match awards, Wesley Side. Average rating, Van den Boomen. And yeah, Wesley Side breaking all the records here with most goals in a game, most goals in a season. Of course, it's the start of the save, so it will always be that way. Looks like Gabrielson was the least disciplined with 7 yellow cards, but that's not too bad, to be honest. Never really got a red card this season, which is pretty decent. And oldest goal scorer, Deja Gar at 29. Jeez, that shows we've got quite a young squad. And Van den Boomen won Lead the Player of the Year, which is fantastic. And history in the making, so happy days. Been promoted into League One, and yeah, I think that will be the end of this episode. So that's all for a season, folks. I hope you've enjoyed the first season of To Win or To Lose. I think we've exceeded the expectations. We've done what we had to do. Now the real hard graft work has to begin. We're going to be losing more games. We're going to be drawing more games. There'll be more unhappy players. I'm going to be honest. It's going to happen. We're in top division. We're an underdog in the top division. It's always going to happen. It's just one of the things. It's a form of transition, and hopefully we can just continue to move up in the ladder of France, and eventually maybe even get into Europe by the tail end of the season, whether that means through Conference League, Europa League or the Champions League. We'll try and do something in that respects. But hope you liked it. If you want to check the start of the playlist, please check the box there. It should be roughly around about there. And then we've also got other series as well as No Place Like Home, which features Clydebank, and we've also got our Sunday specials with GeoGuessr. So if you want to see any of that kind of stuff more, just check the links down below, check the channel, give it a wee subscribe, give a little like, and we'll see you all next time. See you later.